underappreciated heavyweight champions of all time. He's got plenty of power and one of the best. The Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, only 216 pounds, but one of the biggest hitters in heavyweight history.
Oh, pure bad blood.
And with that, let's go into the ring.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Eastern Pennsylvania, here is one of boxing.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
All I can say, heaven on earth. Heaven on earth.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be 2 that we're talking about. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. Caution being thrown to the wind. He parries that left jab away. Straight right just misses. The crowd here cannot wait. They've been buzzing all day long, and finally, we're about to get it on.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Not a lot of defense here at all. Jab misses. Misses with that jab. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow, it's like 2 different leagues.
You had that big round, now relax. Just keep him on the end of that jab. Done all your work all the way through camp.
Here we go, it's round 2. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt, you've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp, don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. This fighter's always on their toes, trying to get their opponent rattled, get them off kilter, get them out of their rhythm.
You want to corner an outside fire, make them fight off the rope, because they don't want to do that. They don't want to stand still. They want to move left to right. Pin them down. Throw a blanket on them.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. The courage on display here is incredible. The straight right just misses. competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter. And
there's the bell for round 3. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter shot. Incredible firepower from both of these heavyweights. How about that time counter shot? The jab can't find a home. These two were made for each other. Gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
A straight right just misses. These men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight.
Here we go to the 4th round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? They exchange punches. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Swing and a miss with that hook. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Holmes in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and...
You've let him back into this.
There's the bell to start round 5. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
This fight has a real good flow to it. The straight right just misses. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
Sometimes when you get nervous, someone that's so powerful, you've got to think of, you've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little favour and pickpocket them.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The straight right just misses. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Holmes in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is...
Here we go in the 6th round. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction until...
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Deontay Wilder rocked right now. He's in some serious trouble. And the Bronze Bomber goes down.
Oh, he's down, he's down. Is he going to get up? He's staggering.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Need to turn this around halfway through.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
On their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Talk about Holmes in that last round. They say no one knows a fighter better than their trainer, and this trainer is certainly...
Forget about that one.
And there's the bell for round 7. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Caution is being thrown to the wind. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judges going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in the guess.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Holmes in that last round. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round? Round 8, and we're off again. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Perfect counter lands. That jab doesn't find a home. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite-level stuff here.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him. Frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Do you believe this? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. The 3 judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.
Hello, fight fans. I'm Todd Grisham. Welcome to the WBC Arena. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
Time for our tale of the tape. It's Saul Canelo Alvarez. He's 172 centimeters tall with a reach of 179. And up against him, it's the Towering Inferno. Making his way to the ring, the guy they call the Towering Inferno, and you can tell why. He's a massive, massive man for this weight class, standing nearly 6'6" tall.
I'll always go for reach, every time over anything. If you've got reach, touch with speed, nobody's gonna touch you, but someone that can get in close, that has the power to get up close and personal and break those ribs, get those shots into the body, you've got to look out for that.
So here is Saul Canelo Alvarez, a four-division, multi-time world champion. Quite simply, one of the greatest of all time. And up against him, it's the Towering Inferno. Can you imagine having to deal with this guy's frame? They call him, of course, the Towering Inferno.
The reach, how on earth are you going to get through that jab?
And now for the official introductions. We turn it over to the world-renowned Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, here is Mexico's first ever undisputed world champion and renowned star of boxing. Here is a 4-division world champion and an undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Fighting out of...
And this one has all of those big... And that's the opening bell, round one. It's all offense, all the time. A second to catch our breath. Beautiful counter punch. There's not a seat to be had in this arena, Johnny. It's got that big fight feel, doesn't it?
Can you imagine walking into this town, walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name? You can't even hear your cornerman whispering in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
And he scores with the counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They both want a highlight reel knockout. Good counter punch. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Punch and just got countered. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Alvarez in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Focus on what you're doing. Don't know who's nice round, good round.
Here we go for round two. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Perfect punch. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That uppercut can't get through. Nice punch. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. Nice counter punch right up the middle. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. In that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, pal, ring away. You walk back to...
That's it, now breathe.
And there's the bell to start round 3. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get sucked in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Punch, counter punch. Good counter punching. It's bombs away. Counter punches have to hurt. Misses with the straight left. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Jab misses. There's a counter shot. Do you believe what we are seeing? Misses with that uppercut. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. In that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
The bell sometime.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Exchange punches. Catch and shoot. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. A perfect counter lands. Unlucky to miss with that jab. Nice counter shot. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
He misses with that straight left. Goon just got rocked.
Beautiful, sneaky shot to take his legs away from him.
No, we don't see a knockdown.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Well done with that counter shot. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
You go back out there. You need to win this round. Get your mind right.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Nice counter shot. They got out of the way of that right hook. That counter punch got him clean. Threw the uppercut, but did not score. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
A perfect counter shot. Do you believe this? Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. That hook won't score. Has to be careful for that. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Alvarez in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what?
On to the 6th round. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way.
Does he know he's hurting? Look at him. That back foot went. It completely shivered. Did you see that, Tom?
That counter shot lands. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Beautiful counter shot. That jab doesn't score. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Through the straight left, but it won't score. Nice counter. He misses with that jab. Nice job slipping that left uppercut. How about that time counter shot? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Oh, my word. Canelo just got clipped.
His legs are gone. Got to get a hands up. It's survival instinct now. Get him up.
Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Just stay focused.
There's the bell to start round 7. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Misses with the straight left. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. His stamina is off the charts. Nice counter punch. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Both men step back for just a moment. They both want the knockout. Tried to score with the uppercut. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Needs a knockout without a doubt.
And there's the bell for round 8. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
We've never seen Canelo in this. That's a lot of swelling. The referee taking a good look at it. Is he going to stop it? And the referee's going to allow him to fight. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
How about that time counter shot? Well done with that counter shot. Good counter punching. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. Punch, counter punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Some might have thought it was a little bit closer, but in the end, the referees are in a unanimous agreement.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart. Smarts, that is. A total change of style.